I wasn't recording, I'm recording now. Oh my god, I just freaking smoked a giant. Alright, so we're walking back to a spot that is a spot that Austin's been hunting for the last couple years now, and he was gracious enough to bring me up this opening weekend, and there's quite a few decent bucks back here, a lot of action, a lot of daylight activity. So the only issue is apparently the beavers have decided that they wanted to dam up this little trout stream that runs through the property, and it kind of inhibits our access. So we're walking back there right now. It's Friday, the day before opening day, just to see if we're really able to cross this and get back here or not. We did bring hip boots just in case, but who knows how deep it's going to be, if there's even water still here, because we've been in a pretty decent drought. So that's what we're doing now. Hopefully we can get back here and we can hunt there this weekend. Otherwise, we don't know exactly what else we're gonna do. So yeah, so we got back here and the beavers definitely dammed this back up. It's normally just a little stream that runs down under this fence, but they dammed it back up. It does look like we should be able to cross on their dam to get back where we're going. So I guess one of us is going to have to be the test dummy. I think it's going to be Austin.
Yeah, just take the easy steps and we should be able to get across there.
And that is across the beaver pond. So now I'm not that worried about it, and if I get wet feet in the morning, I sit with wet feet, I'm down to do whatever to shoot big bucks.
Let it freeze and then we'll cross it.
I mean, maybe.
Honestly, I don't know if it's electrified or not.
Not gonna find that one out. September 13th, opening day of archery season here in Wisconsin. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Austin and I just got into the woods and finished setting up. He's hunting not too far up this other ridge, so I got set up, got everything into the stand. Basically just turned my camera on, my bow's ready to go. When we got out here this morning, we got to the parking lot, or parked on the side of the road, at 4:45, and it was pouring rain when we got here. A lot of lightning in the sky, so we looked at radar. It was showing about 7:30, 7:45 that the rain was gonna stop. So we set our alarm for 6:30, woke up at 6:30, and it had stopped raining. sun was coming out, so we packed up as fast as we could, got out here, set up fast and quietly, and hopefully we have something come through this morning. Not sure what the plan is for sitting wise or how long we're gonna sit, but Austin said he had a buck come through at 11 o'clock yesterday, so it was just as hot yesterday, and hopefully with this rain all night and through the morning, it's got him wanting to move a little bit later, and it's a red moon, so kind of all those key things that people look at lining up for us this morning. Would be awesome to get one on the ground opening day. I got 3 shots. I got 10 down here to a scrape. I got 15 to a rub. I got 20 right behind me. Well, good morning everybody on this beautiful opening day of Wisconsin bow hunting. It's about 6:45 in the morning. It's just starting to get light in these woods. About 10 minutes ago, I had a doe come through. She must have not liked what she seen in the tree. I thought I had good back cover here, but maybe just, I don't know, my wind's good, and she just stopped at 40 yards, picked her head up, was looking at me, and stood there for about 5 minutes and blew, and ran off, but she didn't blow too much, just a couple blows and pounded off, so hopefully it didn't mess things up too bad for me here. My wind's good, it's a southeast wind, so I got the wind coming straight to my face and blowing down this ridge behind me. The deer are coming out from these bean fields and these hardwoods in front of me, so according to my camera, a lot of the movement's been late morning and early evening, so I was kind of surprised to see the doe so early, but obviously you can never know what 100% always comes through just off a camera, so it's a good sign that they're moving. Hopefully my shooter buck, Big Brow 8, shows up past 3 days. He's been coming in back and forth to feed in those beans, and hopefully he makes a wrong turn and walks in front of me. Or a buck I like to call a split G2 buck. Nice 10-pointer with a split G2 on his left side. But this is my first time sitting in this set. I've never sat in this tree or in this area before. The stand that I sat in last year during the rut and seeing the 9-pointer that I killed is about 100 yards in front of me. And whenever I sit that stand, I've sat there for a couple years, and every time I notice through these woods that where I'm sitting now, I always see deer walking in here, so I decided to get mobile with it up here and set up some cameras over this summer and see if I can't hunt over here and see if I can't put anything down out of the saddle again. There's a doe. we just had 2 does come in. There's like 0 wind in here. I had my wind checker and it's basically just stagnant. And 2 does showed up. What would be downwind if the south wind was stronger than it is. But with it being stagnant, these 2 does showed up on my right and kind of split between me and Austin on this little ridge top. Because I'm kind of in the middle of this ridge. He's on this bottom side of the other side. They split us. They never blew like really loud. It was just kind of very small. There's 2 of them and they just had no idea what they could smell. And then they ended up coming right behind me and going up into this thick stuff on my left. So, really hoping that didn't screw us, but they only blew when they were further out. Once they got up and behind us, they just kind of were super finicky, on edge, and danced their way into the thick stuff. So it's only 8:13, so let's hope something else shows up. Some with some big old antlers. It's about 10 o'clock now. As you've seen, I had that doe come in at like 9:30. She fed around me all out of range and through the thick stuff, but if she would have came in and presented a shot, I think I would have took it just to get some more meat in the freezer. But yeah, I'm gonna get down here. I got 2 cameras on this side of the property that I gotta replace batteries with, and then I'm just gonna check some of my SD cards and some of my other cameras. And then pretty sure I'm gonna come back here tonight, so I'm just gonna leave my whole setup in the stand or in the tree. That way, easy slip in, and I won't have to make as much noise or do a whole lot of moving. So I'm gonna get down here, check the cameras, change the batteries, be back in the stand around 2 o'clock. Alrighty boys, it is opening day. We got a bunch of rain. Here this morning. So I didn't sit this morning because it was pouring until about 9 or 10, but the rain stopped about an hour or 2 ago, so I'm out here now. It's almost 1 o'clock. There's a bunch of standing water out here, which is a good sign because last time it rained, these deer came out here and drank in the evening. So I'm gonna sit here until dark and hopefully some does that are one of the basket 8 buck or the 7-pointer shows up. I've had a basket 8 on camera pretty consistently, and he likes coming in here with a decent sized 7-pointer as well. So I'm gonna sit it out and see what happens. So it's just about 2 o'clock. Just got set back up here for the evening. Earlier when I went to go check my trail cameras and put new batteries in, I made it to the first camera, which is literally 100 yards in front of me at the stand where I seen the 9-pointer last year. And as I was finishing up, I was grabbing my backpack and my bow, I look up and walking right behind the tree stand is what I am thinking, I'm like 75% certain, is my shooter buck. Literally seen him like 10 yards behind the stand, and
probably 15 yards, 20 yards in front of me. And as soon as I seen him, I dropped down, got on my knees, put an arrow in my bow, and unfortunately he bounded off, but luckily he didn't blow or anything, so I think he just, didn't know what I was, kind of got spooked off, and I didn't hear him run very far either. He just bounded off and must have just walked off, because I didn't hear anything after that. That was at 10:30, and now it's 2 o'clock, so according to my camera, got does coming in here between 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, so that's why I wanted to get in here kind of early, just in case I get an opportunity to fill the freezer. Definitely won't hesitate to do that, but really hoping for that tall brow tiny to show up, get up out of his bed, and come feed on these acorns. It's raining up here. Well, so far I had that fawn come barreling through at 2:20. She stuck around for at least an hour. She bedded down for a bit. I don't know where her mom was at. I was hoping that she'd show up, but that didn't happen. And then she finally moved off, and I heard some stomping behind me, some twigs cracking and stuff. So I turned around, and of course, the 4 bulls that this farmer has on his land over here decided to find me and stand underneath my stand. Kind of disheartening, but I've had him on my camera once before, and like an hour later deer showed up, so I take the good with the bad, I guess. At least there's still hope, and at least there's still time left in the day. Kind of had to scare him off though, because they picked me out in the tree, and they were just sitting and staring at me, so hopefully them running away and stuff like that didn't cause too much of a disturbance, but only time will tell, I guess. It's, I don't even know what time it is, like 4 o'clock right now, I think. Yeah, 4:03 right now, so we still got a couple hours here. It's 7 o'clock here on opening day, and didn't get anything on the ground, but I'm not mad about it. Actually, I take this as a very successful sit. It's the first time I've sat in this area after scouting it all summer long, hanging trail cameras, and getting an idea of what's coming through here. Like I said before, I would sit that double stand that I see my 9-pointer in all the time, and I'd always see deer running this little patch of oaks right here, so figured this year was the year that I, try to do something on my own and hang up some cameras and find a spot to sit. It'd be a perfect day. last deer I saw worked off behind me into this thick, like this little thicket on the side of this ridge, and kind of worked his way through there. But yeah, that was quite the morning so far. Started with a fork buck, pretty tall fork buck, and then I don't know, started with a doe, and then a fork buck, and then two more does, and then a spike buck, and then another like fork buck with some little brows, so a 6-pointer. And they all hung out behind me or down here to my right for the last hour, especially the fork buck and the little 6-pointer. They hung out the longest. And I tried to film with this camera. I know I got it on my phone, just like on Snapchat. They were on the side of that ridge, like right on the edge of the thicket, just inside the woods here. They were sparring for about 30 minutes. just back and forth, doing circles, sparring and stopping, sparring and stopping. And then that little 6-pointer came down right behind me and was hitting a scrape, just eating leaves and hanging out. None of the deer had any idea I was here, so none of them spooked, and I think I got quite a bit of good footage of some deer coming past me. I mean, there was one that first doe came to 5 yards behind me, and then the 2 other does came to 10 yards right in front of me. The fork buck was right behind me, the 6-pointer was right behind me. They were on every side of me and never smelled me, so there's very, 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 very light wind in here. So that helped me out a lot, just being able to just kind of be in my own little circle here. Definitely a good opening weekend, even though we didn't shoot anything, but definitely saw a lot of deer, and just gives me hope for the rest of the season. Gonna be hunting a lot of public land this year, just hanging banging with my saddle. And yeah, probably gonna go into a lot of spots that I've never hunted, don't have a camera, just going in, reading sign, and seeing what we can stir up. Kind of living with that, or going into this year with just going with that surprise aspect. If I see a buck and it gets me jazzed up, I'll take it. So not sure how much I'm gonna film on the way home, but probably gonna be the end of this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.